when you start making your systems, you will change people.
Absolutely.
Because you will make the connections through your system.
When I said that I don't know what this energy actually is, when I was referring to the body, it's quite typical though, because even if you don't know what it is, and you can feel that it's there, and it's new, it I wouldn't be surprised that that is leading up to something, because isn't it typical to experience the fact that since it's not positive or negative, where we have a tendency to put positive as a great and fantastic experience, and a negative as a horrible experience, and it's none of it.
Can I interrupt you?
Please.
What if it is every single one who's building their systems according to what they have achieved and how they can manage in their own way?
Exactly.
It's the fields and the intents, the intention, how they're getting built, we will reach. And it's the intent we will make the connection between all of us, which will make that transition.
Exactly, because I had a slap on my face, realizing that every time I was thinking that I am getting closer and closer to test the device, I realized I was getting closer and closer to test myself. That's the truth. Because I could feel there were many, during the process of the building, I got more and more nervous, and I got the nervous system away, because I kind of analyzed them, recognizing them. And then I realized that it's like a jump. It's really from the however you can prepare yourself, it's limited compared to the universe. So everybody will be surprised, for sure, because you cannot expect something like this unless you have the experience.
Hi, Caroline. Hi, Torben. This is Ali. And I was similar to what Torben says. I added a motor today and to the system, and my inspiration was from today's class. And what I experienced, I mean, I rotate the liquid. We are tapping into something called free plasma. And that free plasma is the building block of the creation. And I did put a bit of iodine in my mixture as well. And that changed the whole vibration. Like, well, maybe I did it an hour or 2 hours ago. I just rested on my floor a bit because I was a bit tired. So it's been a long day. But the experience that Torben described, going to space or going to a bigger kind of a container that we are, is what I experienced. And it just opens up a new door and a bigger world. Like, we think this is the only planet and the only reality we live in. It just opens a bigger universe for us to enter into and get birthed into. It's kind of like a birthing. It's similar, like, because you experience that. And I don't know if my neighbors experience this, but it's how I can describe it.
But how, if I may ask, how long does this, what you experience as a new energy came around you, how long is it staying present that you're aware of it?
It is, as soon as I rotated it, I felt the energy change, and I experienced it fully through my soul and my being after I slept on the ground and closed my eyes a bit and let my consciousness understand what's happening. It was immediate as soon as I rotated it. And I used a really simple, because the hardest piece of this system is the motor part to rotate um, the liquid plasma to create the field plasma and tap into the free plasma. There was a very easy solution, which I think one of our students brought in our private teaching. Um, his name was, what was his name? He was talking about the blenders. Brett, it was Brett, I believe, yeah. I went to a shop, I got a mixer, and if I can show my video, it's a very simple system. Anybody can do it and get
But
the
Ali,
rotation.
did you feel your heart, like it was grabbing your heart?
Because I did put iodine in, it was more of soul and consciousness connection, and I could even communicate with the plasma, free plasma. Like it has a consciousness, and you can sense and feel, and for some people they can see it. Those
Ali,
free plasmas that are produced.
Ali, the
Yes.
iodine, it was iodine against water or just drops of iodine?
I used the normal table salts that have iodine iodized, and put it in the mixture of caustic soda, and then add it to the mix of all the other gases.
Thanks.
Yeah.
But you know, our combinations to the molecule and cellular structure, you have two of the preparations, you know, put away the 5 bodies. You have the emotional part and the genetic part, and that should be in balance. And if this energy from this device are providing equilibrium or balance through the emotional and the genetic body, then if you don't go through a specialist like a psychiatrist and anything, and you just get the energy like a download, then it would explain that it's very new, it feels very new, but at the same time, as you kind of start to live with that kind of energy, then you realize more and more what it's good for, and how you can use it. How you can use it, you know, that's really interesting, because that's how I feel how it is, that when you're preparing yourself, it's like on the atom level, it's spinning faster and faster, and you're getting more and more light towards emotions and genetics, and all the I could feel that it was the connection between the device and me were very personal, and that was a surprise as well, because I didn't think of how my DNA could be communicating with my field in such an intense way. That's a surprise as well. But you know, when this is happening, it's so big, and it's so much information that you hardly. Yeah, it's complicated.
You have no time to.
Say again?
I said you have no time to stand still.
Yeah, it's happening so fast, and I guess everybody will have their
Where are you?
discoveries.
just next door.
But they're going to end up more or less in the same way, I think, because this energy is a new field on the body, and
how important becomes your body in this whole process, if I may ask?
Well, it kind of confirms that if you wanna be part of the new energy that this is going to be sustainable, then the big number one is not you, it's Mother Earth. And if you start with Mother Earth, you have a new culture, a new behavior that is going to just grow bigger and bigger, because the response from the field is understanding and communication. The energy is about communication. The field is about communication. The whole body system, from the cellular and the molecular structure, is about communication. When you understand your communication, there is no illnesses, and certainly not any kind of mistakes, like a dilemma or a compromise.
Just depending on the right communication with the fields, that you can understand them.
Yeah.
They actually guide you, or you go into it, or they guide you.
They guide you.
Way? They come to balance you.
Yeah.
But you have to create the fields to get access to it for them to be able to come back to you.
Exactly, because the intelligence of this energy is so huge that you're not going to be the leader. You're just part of something. There is no leader.
Exactly, Turban. It's like you're already part of it. We don't know we are part of it, but it's like when you see a child, when the child is born, in the beginning, the child is in mother's stomach, and is there, and his or her world is very small because you're contained within that really environment. And the consciousness of the humanity is right now similar to that. We are birthing, and we are kind of in this container called planet Earth and the surroundings we call space. And we as a consciousness are birthing into such a vast world that is so vast that we can't even imagine. And the process,
when I was holding the motor, there were all kinds of insects coming into the room because the door was open. We could see huge bumblebees, like enormous bumblebees, and huge moth, and there are flies sitting on the box. It was a gathering.
I want to be part of it.
Yeah, a melting pot.
Hello.
I would like to read something which came up here in the Zoom webinar chat. And it says, I wish there are enough Magrath cores on the planet and create truthfulness in living. I think it's living. As the anger within most of humanity creates not enough energy plasma to be created within, or I cannot read everything, region. That's why lots of people suffering from
solar region, Caroline. Solar region.
Yeah, because we have a nano-coated infinity loop stick on my computer, so I can only read parts of it. So if I can restart, it's quite important. I wish there was enough Magrath cores on the planet and create truthfulness in living, as anger within most of the humanity creates not enough energy plasma to be created within
the solar system.
The solar
region. Solar region.
Solar region. That's why lots of people suffering from all sorts of diseases because of not enough solar energy warm plasma.
Excellent. Excellent.
And if we can remove all fear from own attention, that is what technology, I can't make it up there. The technology is a small part of a bigger picture, what gives relief, but it's not enough so far to remove the attention. He's jumping, sorry.
It says, but relief is not enough to remove fear from attention. Even relief helps.
Yeah, I think we have to step up building our systems, even if it's in a water bucket. You have built all your systems. You have all the tools in the house. It doesn't matter if your bowl is transparent or not. Start building, start showing. Give them to Rick. He will be happy to present them. Ali is working in his way. Jordan has been working for a long time in the background. I keep an eye on your work, Torn. It's just, it needs time with what happened in the last 3-4 weeks. Things have speeded up so fast, but we're actually calling up on people, and Armin is there for sure. Renan is there. The whole team is there. If you have really that you're getting stuck, go to the chat rooms. All our teams are following the chat rooms. When the question is there to give you a hand to do a step up, even Jordan will be there to help you, I'm sure of that. They will be all there. They will be working with you. Nobody will be left behind. It's just, we created the chat rooms, the universal chat rooms. Come in there, post your questions, repost them if you can't find somebody who will pick you up to give you a hand, to take you further. It's going to grow faster. I'm sure Alex is there. There's so many of our teams continuously teaching, and straight away Armin said, don't worry, I will come, I will talk to you, I will see where you can adjust, what you can add.
Exactly. And Carolina, another thing that is very important and kind of ironic, it is that if you get by children toys and kind of destroy them, toothbrush motors where the toothbrush doesn't work anymore, you can get the motor out of the toothbrush, and that's going to make enough spin to create the environment. So what I'm telling people, although it's a bit simplified, is that when you are on the moon and you push a ball, the ball is not going to stop. And depending on the pressure from the ball, that's going to decide the spin.
Okay. I will interrupt you there, because we on our side can work with the engines, we can work with the motors, we can take them from everywhere. We can recuperate them in second-hand shops, wherever on dumps. We can even find very useful material. But I'm trying to push the people which don't have those facilities, which can't even go out and buy the equipment. That's where the teaching should be going deeper in, to use the balls and use the fields to go around.
Exactly.
Then everybody can achieve when they know how to make their ganses. Everybody understood. I think it's very clear that they have to be taught how much GANs, how to put them in the balls, how much liquid, from which kind of GANs they should use, where to place the balls, and to give them that kind of hand to help, instead of going through the electronic systems, but teach them with a bucket with water. If they have achieved making their ganses, and they have achieved getting some ping pong balls, and they know how to fill them up with the ratio, which I am sure all of your teams can help to guide them, but try to make them with the fields. They will rotate without engines, without motors. You are in a different state, but there are a lot of people which don't have access to these things. You have
Caroline,
to watch what food they have to put on the table. So I would be really glad if you could put these teachings and guides and helping in 2 different platforms. The ones who can work with the electronic world and the ones which are absolutely not home in any of these electronic systems, but they can use what they can find in the toys.
if anybody, if you have a mixer in the kitchen, Rick, if you can pin my video, I can show you what I'm talking about. It's very simple. Like, you can't believe it's how simple it is. And anybody in the home, if they have a mixer for cooking, they can use it. Can you, okay. So I'll show you these. I got this for $10 today. This is like a mixer that has 5 speeds. And I'll take it out. And I even didn't put a ball yet, but you can attach a ball. Make sure, I just put some nano-coated copper around that, part that rotates, and had to a little bit bang it to make it smaller to fit in the maggraph coils. And this is the 3 maggraph coils stacker in there. And this is all the mixture of my ganses from the beginning of time where I collected. Anything I made, I kept, and I just added in there. Some of it even had caustic in it. And then I added a bit of salt iodine into the mix. And then this is a simple, let me go up. There's a plastic separator here. And then this goes in the middle. Because I wanted to show you I didn't fix it. It goes in the middle. And then you just put the lid back. And then you can turn it on and it will rotate the liquid. And that's all I did. It's not even connected to anything. It's just working on free plasma. And you can just turn it on.
You have made a universal soup, Ali.
Yes, Caroline?
I said you have made a universal soup.
Yes.
And the trick with the iodine is marvelous. Through the Himalayan salt, you can find it too.
Yes, absolutely.
A lot of salts are carrying iodine.
That's right. I was just reading about Himalayan salt yesterday, and it's something like 1 or 2% iodine on it. It's quite a large percentage.
It's good. It's a good trick.
You can have iodine tablets. You can buy iodine tablets and crush it and create.
You also can buy you can also buy the liquid. You know, the very brown.
Yeah, Caroline, there is Edgar Casey Institute that sell liquid iodine, and apparently it's one of the purest on the market.
Oh, it doesn't need to be pure. You're going to put it in your soup anyway, darling.
Yeah. Fields find their own position.
But now, what I wanted to point out, you can use a mixer. Now I want people to teach how to go around with this with no mixers. How are you going to get your water, the same setup as is here? Try to teach people how to fill up their ping pong balls, whatever ball, Christmas balls, and how to position them with the right ganses in it, that they can get the things moving by their fields.
Caroline, I've got some pictures from Zoltan. I think you've seen the Zoltan's pictures. Maybe it'd be appropriate to show them.
Yes, I took them out for you.
Okay, maybe we can do that now.
The only thing is I would have loved to have to see where the position is of the buckets of the ganses and the distance of his maggraph system. Thank you very much, Ali, for sharing.
You're welcome.
Thank you very much, John, to share with us, and Monique. I watched it yesterday morning, so I knew what was coming.
We welcome you all. Thank you very much for everybody and your attention. Thank you.
Keep teaching. Don't stop.
Of course.
Rick, I have something that I'd like to show you guys, if I may, please.
Who's this, please?
This is Mohsen from California.
Good morning,
Okay.
California.
Should I go ahead with
Can everybody else please close their microphones? I get a really, my ears are zooming.
Yeah, there's some noise in the background. Maybe it's Ali or who is it here?
I've been mute. I mute myself.
Okay, sorry.
Thank you.
Let me see.
One more is open, I think.
Motion.
Yes. Can I start the video, please? Could I? Yes.
Well, I was just about to show this other thing as
Hello,
a
everyone.
demonstration of what we were talking about. Is
Good
what
morning.
you're showing a demonstration of what Caroline was just talking about?
Pretty much. You know, I just want to share with you. This is a picture.
It
Can you
shows
bring it in the big screen and be careful you don't show anything you're not supposed to. First, share it with
normally we don't let people just show things.
It's the Egyptian tablet.
I don't.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. You first have to pass Rick, please.
But
well, this is the thing. I normally I would look at a presentation and so on. I don't know what you're going to show. I have no idea.
Do you see it, Rick?
We don't want to have any problem. If you can show it offline to Rick and then bring it back forward, that's fine with me. But don't come into public because we don't know what we're sharing.
This is just the ancient
It
picture.
doesn't matter.
Yeah,
I'm
it's an
sorry,
ancient
Motion.
picture. Okay, right away. Did you take the picture or is this someone else's picture?
Oh,
Can
no,
you close it?
Just the ancient picture that it is in the British Museum.
Okay, yeah, but did you take the picture or is this someone else's picture that you're showing? Because you've been running into copyright issues if it's not, if you don't have to use the picture.
For the teaching purpose, I've already checked, you know, there is no copyright issue.
Well, okay, then what's the source of the picture so we have to announce that and put a posting on it and so on. We can't just show pictures like that because we get in trouble for copyright issues. That is the problem that
Can you remove it, please?
Okay, we'll do this in the next workshop. You can send me what you want to present to me, and then we can have a look at it, perhaps.
Sure, that's fine.
I'm sorry for that, but we cannot take any risks.
That's okay.
Right.
Just share it first. I put it in the Zoom webinar chat. Please share your information first with Rick. Rick will go through it thoroughly, and then you can bring it back onto the screen, not to cause no chaos for nobody, please.
Caroline, I want to send it to you on your Facebook. I'll send it to you right away.
It's no problem. I will share it around, but I cannot bring it into the live stream without Rick's permission that it's okay and it's safe, that they cannot sabotage anything in
I've
public.
been told everyone has to be vetted who presents things. That means you have to go through our security process. I don't know you. I don't know what, maybe you have a personal relationship with Caroline. I have no idea. But I have to make sure people go through the security process because that's what I've been told. And we can't just let anybody present things. It has to go through a regular process. That's all.
No, they're coming through the chat rooms, through the Facebook messengers. They're posting things on the chat rooms, on the Universal Council groups. I don't have any private relationships with nobody. I'm just willing to share information very fast and very easy and accessible for everybody. The only thing is I keep on emphasizing, please send everything to Rick and for Rick then to bring it forward. These pictures Rick is sharing now I've picked them up from Facebook and I send them first to Rick. Even I will not bring them in public. They have to go through Rick first. Thank you, Rick.
Okay. Yeah, so we got this series of pictures actually from Zoltan. And it's quite fascinating. I'm not clear exactly on the environment. Is Zoltan, is he part of this group here tonight? I'm wondering if anybody knows if he is available. I think he would need a translator as well. I think Shandor might be that if he was available. But in any case, maybe you can help me with this, Shandor, if you have some comments or whatever. But the way I understand it, this is picture number 1, and we can see the time.
Yeah. Sorry, I see Zoltan in the viewers list. It's, just next to the last with Z.
Okay. I'll promote him to panelist. And would you be able to translate, Shandor? Or?
Sure.
Okay. Hello, Zoltan. You're now in the panelists, and you should be able to hear and speak. Do you want to try to speak with them, Shandor?
I just messaged through Skype.
Okay.
Just a second.
Hello.
Hello?
Hello, Zoltan. Your sound is very low. Nagyon halkan hallunk.
Oh.
If it's on automatic, it'll start picking up by itself.
Üdvözlök mindenkit.
Greetings for everybody.
Sajnos az írás sem megy most már, mert írtam volna a chat izébe.
He would have liked to write on the chat, but unfortunately he cannot type now because yesterday evening he just spilled some salty guns water accidentally on the keyboard.
Részgans volt az illető.
It was a copper gans.
És nem működik a billentyűzet.
So his keyboard is now off until it cleans it.
Mi lenne a kérdés?
What would be the question, he asked. So we would like him to explain what his photos represent. Majd kérnénk, hogy magyarázd el, hogy mit látunk a fényképeiden, amiket Rick Renan be fog mutatni.
Okay.
Yes, like what do we see in this first picture? We see it seems like an indentation in the water from this. Is this an electrode? What is this thing that's sticking into the GANS mixture?
Mit láthatunk ezen a fényképen? Mi az a dudor ott lent a folyadékon, és mi az a pálca? Egy elektróda, vagy egy fapálca, vagy mi az?
Not water, nem víz, az egy ecset.
That is a brush.
Amivel felkavartam, mert tehát marollóg, nátriumhidroxid plusz GANS keverék.
He has made a mixture of ganses plus a little caustic soda. So he made a mixture, a soup for covering the nano-coated maglev coils. And he used the brush just to mix it up with the little added caustic soda.
A képnek a bal oldalán ott van a szétszedett magrav, látszik a kerék, a tányér.
On the left extremity of the picture, you just can see the edge of the maglev, which he prepared to condition with that soup.
Okay, so let me be clear. If you can see my marker here, I'm not sure if you can. But where the tip of the brush is that where it just dropped into it just was a drop we see? It's not a vortex created there, correct?
Az ecset alján ott látszik valami dudor, az egy csöpp, ami lecsöppent az ecsetben.
Csepp, ami leesett.
It's a drop which dropped from the brush.
Oh, okay, good. Well, you had me going on that one to start with, but let's move on to the next.
Megyünk a következőre.
And I want people to notice the time. The time is 9:46 in the first one, and that's 9:54. It's 8 minutes later. So.
Figyelünk az időre, ez a másik kép 8 perccel később van. I just translated about the time.
Okay, it's a little blurry, but this is just, it's starting to form.
Itt egy kicsit zavarosnak látszik, itt csak kezdődött képződni valami.
Maga a kép sem tiszta, nem tudom, hogy miért nem tisztult meg.
Unfortunately, the photo itself, it's not clear. Zoltan doesn't know why it didn't become more clear, no focus.
Okay, we move on to the next one here. And we can see your reflection in it, but there's some formation in the GANs. It looks like it's got some layering or some streaking in it, you could say.
Ezen a képen látjuk a kezeidet, meg a fényképezőgépet, de ugyanakkor látszik egy kis képződmény, hogy valami kezd ott kavarogni.
Kezd ott rendeződni a sor.
So it starts to position, to align inside. That's why he started to do this photo in that moment.
Right. The time now is 11:23. And that's 46, 56. Yeah. Whatever. It's about 40 minutes later, let's say. Okay. What was the time? Okay, 23. 11:37. Let me just go back. Okay, there we go. Now, it's almost like a more homogeneous mixture in that it's quite even where the black spots are. There's some formations, but it's fairly even.
14 perccel később látjuk, hogy egy rendeződött képződmény van, de eléggé egyenletes.
We don't see a definite pattern in this one, I'd say.
Itt még nem látszik egy jellemző forma.
But we move into this picture and it's a whole different ball game. All of a sudden we see a definite pattern on especially on the one side, on the left side here.
A későbbiekben készült képen viszont már látjuk, hogy képződik egy örvény, bal oldal főleg, és jobb oldalt is kezdődik.
We can notice the start of, we definitely see the spiral formation on the left-hand side. In fact, it looks more like a double spiral with possibly two arms on it. On the right side, there's an eye of what could be a spiral, but it doesn't really have, to me, a spiral shape at this point. It does have some features that are coming, and there seems to be some sort of dividing line or, some sort of interface between these two areas at this point. I may be explaining a bit too much there, but I'm just trying to interpret what I'm seeing.
Akkor, amikor ez a kép készült, már, tehát 11:57-kor.
When he made this picture at 11:57,
akkor a szétszedett magrav már nem volt mellette.
The magrav which he has taken apart was not anymore near it. So he removed that magrav.
Össze volt szerelve, és az új helyére betéve.
So he has set it up already and put it in the place where it was the new magrav. So he made several magrav units.
Ellenben a táltól, tehát az edénytől 3 méterre a hűtő tetején, te tudod, ott van a másik működő magrav.
So the story was that he had a magrav unit which didn't work properly. He took it apart. He found out that it has not a very nice coating on the top coil, so that's why he prepared this soup to repair it. And meanwhile, 3 meters away from the table where this photo was taken, on the top of the fridge, the refrigerator, he has another magrav unit which is continuously working.
Okay.
All the conditions.
Let's go to the next picture. Whoops. Okay, so that was 11. Okay, next one says 11:57 as well. So this was taken a few seconds after, I guess. It looks quite similar. Let's move to the next one. So wait a minute, this one was before 1146?
Maybe they are not exactly in the same order. So first it was the double spiral, and later here the spiral from the right was already losing its contour.
Let me see here. If it was in proper order, maybe it would be a little different in the way it works out. But in this one, we definitely see a double spiral, situation. It's quite beautiful. It looks similar to something you might see in ancient rock inscriptions or modern geometric artists. And, it's a universal shape.
No, Rick, if you pay attention, both spirals have different rotations. One goes from left to right, the other one goes to right to left.
Yes, and they're different strengths or different, like this one is very open, and maybe this could be called more of a magnetical shape, and this more of a gravitational, perhaps.
Just a second, yes, exactly. So just a second, if I may annotate here. So we have a part which is giving, another which is taking. So probably this is part of a toroidal field, which is sectioned by this water here.
No, you create acidic condition. Where is your drop?
Shandor.
You put your arrow. So you created acidic condition right in that drop. Now you have acidic.
Let me translate that and let Zoltan answer. Armen azt mondja, hogy amikor belecsöppentetted azt a csöppet, akkor valószínűleg egy savas közeget hoztál létre benne. Így történhetett, vagy mégsem?
Szerintem nem, de most rájöttem a nyitjára. A dobozban, tehát alul a dobozban volt egy végtelen, tehát egy 8-as nanobevonatolt 8-as.
Now Zoltan says it's not because what he dropped inside, because he used the brush to stir it up, to mix it well. But now, just now, he realized what happened here. Now he realized that in the bottom of that the plastic box there was a figure 8 nano-coated coil, which he put it to make a against layer on it, and he forgot it. He has forgotten it in the box.
Wet box in the water.
Yes, so in the water on the bottom there was a figure 8 nano-coated wire.
Now you have a direction of your field. Where can you ask him where he put his MagRav unit? Where is it? Where it's located? On the north side or the south side? The MagRav unit here.
A MagRav melyik irányba volt? Jól rajzoltam ide, vagy másik irányba volt?
Tehát a MagRav az nem a jobb oldalán, bal oldalán.
This way.
It was this way.
Na most ez a 8-as, dupla 8-as tulajdonképpen, mert keresztben is van egy 8-as.
He said it was actually double 8. Segíts azt, hogy lerajzoljam.
Megmutatnám.
Tekerveit, vagy pedig...
Tehát függőlegesen is van egy 8-as, és vízszintesben is 8-as. A vízszintes nagyobb, és a másik ott, mintha egy csokor lenne. Nem, a kereszteződésnél.
Oh,
yeah,
so
he's saying that
I try to. So he had one figure 8 like that, and he had a smaller one perpendicular to it like this.
Nem?
No.
Fordítsd el jobbra a kicsit.
It?
A kicsit fordítsd jobbra.
I understand now. So this perpendicular in this plane.
Közepén. Úgy, oké. Azaz.
Oh, it was one like this.
De megmutatom, hogyha megnyithatom.
But he will show it. He will show it through his camera to be clear about how it is.
Ez az.
Can we see it?
Megnézhetjük, mutatod?
Persze.
So Rick has to stop for a moment. This